Hi everyone, I'm Rosie and welcome to Vox Yoga. So today we have a short practice for the feet. So if you are able-bodied, then you are spending so much time on your feet and your feet are supporting your whole entire body. When we're in postures in yoga, we often talk about thinking from the ground up, working out our alignment, what feels best for our body, always starting with the feet as they are our support. A lot of you that come and watch this channel are also singers. And of course, the majority of the time when we're singing, we are stood. This then sets us up in alignment for singing as well. We want to have flexibility, feel nice and strong, and it's super important to have the best alignment for our body in order to keep a healthy spine, keep a healthy body, and if you're singing, keep a healthy voice. So in this short practice, we're going to do some myofascial release exercises, and then we'll do some simple yoga stretches, and there'll be a couple of variations for you as well. So for this practice, if you have one of these little exercise balls, then grab it, but you could also use a tennis ball. If you're at home, you could use a water bottle, a rolling pin. If you have nothing to hand, then you can just use your thumbs and your fingers. So have this to hand and we'll get started standing up. So first of all, just find your natural standing alignment. And of course, you're going to want to shift and fidget and move a little bit and let that happen. Focus on the breath through this, in and out through the nose. And just feel the ground underneath your feet. Feel supported by the ground and just notice how your natural alignment is right now. And we'll come back to just this at the end of our practice. So grab your ball or your bottle. If you're going to be using your hands, I suggest you come to just sit down on the floor. So place the ball, I'm going to say ball or other implement, underneath your right foot. So feel strong through your left foot and just ensure that you're not gripping your left knee or your left pelvis. Keep a soft bounce and then we'll just start to run our foot over the ball. If you're using your hands, your finger and your thumb, you can just use them to gently massage the underside of your foot. Now, often we want to maybe look down at what we're doing, but try and look at a point in front of you so that you are maintaining alignment in the rest of the body. And if you maybe have the tendency to hold your breath when you do things like this, or if you are a singer, just add a s to your exhale or a z, just something voiced. Nice, then come to the inside arch of the foot, running across the ball or using your thumbs. And then we'll come to our toes. So finding that little bit where the joint where your toes meet your foot, the ball of your foot, and just applying some pressure onto the ball or with your thumbs. Nice, and then once more just going along the length of your whole foot. It's very tempting to look down, isn't it? And release, we will swap sides. So bringing the weight into your right foot now. Bringing the left foot on top of the ball, or if you're sitting down, swapping sides. And just starting with the middle of the sole of your foot. Again, just check in with your alignment, your right knee, your hip, and checking in with your breath as well. Option to add a little bit of zzz as you go. If you've never heard of fascia before, I suggest you check out my video, as loads of the fascia anatomy trains throughout the body start through our feet. This is actually a strong connection between the fascia in our feet that goes all the way up to our tongue. So feel free to check that out after this practice. And then come to the inside arch. And then the toes. If it feels good to just stop in a particular point and apply a bit of pressure, then do. And then come to one more little roll through the full sole of the foot. And release. You can move whatever you're using out of the way. And then we will all make our way down to kneeling on the mat, the floor, wherever you are. So we will come to a toe stretch. I'm saying now this can be very intense, so please come out of it at any time. So just use your fingertips to help guide you into this stretch. You're just going to tuck your toes and sit back on the heels. So first of all, again, using your fingertips as support, just start to rock back and forward really subtly. You can start to lift the knees. Stretching out the toes and the back of the ankles and the soles of the feet. And then leaving the knees on the mat, toes still tucked, lift the torso. And we're going to breathe here. Untuck at any time, take a break if you need to. Maybe bring the hands to prayer at the heart and just find a focus point in front of you. Ensure you're not arching or rounding the back too much, lifting out of the pelvis. And breathe. And we'll release, bring the fingertips forward, untuck the toes, and it's probably going to feel really good to just tap the tops of the feet here. Nice, sit back on the heels. We'll go the opposite way now to stretch the fronts of the ankles. So bring the hands behind you, palms can face back to the sides, whatever feels the most comfortable. Walk the hands back and then start to lift the knees. So you'll feel the stretch down the front of the ankles. This can be super subtle again. You don't have to go far. If you want a bit more, of course, you can walk the hands back, have a bend in the elbows, coming down onto the forearms to get a little bit more stretch. Take the option that works for you and breathe. Let's release, knees coming forward, using the palms to press yourself up. Once more, using your fingertips for support, tapping the tops of the feet. Nice, then come to tabletop, hands and knees, and we'll make our way to downward facing dog. If you're not in a space where you can do this posture or you don't do much yoga, then I will show you a variation on the screen right now. If you're coming to downward dog, again, tuck the toes, lift the knees, lift the hips, keeping the shoulders away from the ears, and we're going to pedal through the feet, bending and straightening each leg. Really take your time to press through the toes like you're working through the sole of each foot. If you're doing the variation on the screen, just using anything you've got to hand, a windowsill, a piano, to create this posture stood up, and then you can pedal through the feet there. Nice, come back to neutral. If you're in downward dog, slowly walk the feet to the hands. If you're standing, you can just bring your hands towards the body, and we will all meet in a standing forward fold. We'll just use this as a transition posture to find a little bit of release in the whole body. So take opposite elbows and swing from side to side. Then release the hands and slowly roll up to stand. And we'll finish by just checking in with our standing alignment. So feel free to fidget again, have that little bit of movement, and then find your standing alignment once more. Come back to the breath, breathing in and out through the nose. And just notice the ground supporting you. Notice the sensations and what you feel under your feet. And just notice if you feel any different to when you started this practice. Bring the hands to prayer at the heart. Breathe in through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth. Thank you for joining me for this short practice. It can feel really nice now to just have a bit of a walk in the space, see how your alignment, your posture, your presence feels compared to before. So I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, don't forget to hit like and hit subscribe for plenty more practices. Hope to see you again soon.